Peace and more peace coming to you live from North Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Anthony Calori, and this is the Appreciate You podcast. I hope all is well. Peace to you and yours. And I just want to start out by saying thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. We have a very humble but mighty 120 followers, and just about 2 weeks ago, we had just barely 20. So I'm very grateful to all of you who've been listening, paying attention, showing love, subscribing, liking. It means a lot. And my plans for this podcast is to use it as a vehicle to, serve my local community and, God willing, a greater community across the country and, dare I say, worldwide. And so once we get to a certain size of audience, I plan on doing things out here in Las Vegas, helping the people out here living in the street, our homeless community, so to speak. There's a lot of people sleeping on the streets, and it's summertime, so we want to get out there as soon as possible and at least just keep them hydrated, keep them fed, and, just cool. And, able to make it another day with a full stomach and some decent hydration. So, and then we also want to give away some, creative materials to the youth out here, musical instruments, notepads, sketchbooks, art supplies, and things of that nature to keep them doing something productive that could turn into just something that they love to do that keeps them out of trouble, off the streets, out of jail, and in school, and hopefully interested in pursuing some kind of higher education, whether it's through the college system or seeking private instruction. So that's the goal. That's what the platform is for. I get to talk and put myself out there to attract an audience so that ultimately we can help our people locally. And then, like I said, God willing, nationally. And, if it's within our power to go worldwide with it. And so I'm very grateful to everyone who's been a part of what it is that I'm creating here. Yeah. I mean, so much to be done. And while I'm only one person, I know with a community, anything is possible. And so I thank you for being here. I'm very, very grateful for you. And I know it's only up from here. And so I'm going to do my job, continue to create, continue to talk my ish, and allow people a platform to communicate with me as well. And I want to definitely encourage everyone who's watching or listening to this to comment any questions or topics that you would like to speak on or you would like me to speak on, and I will answer your questions directly in video format, as well as in the comments. So feel free to reach out. Right here. I'm here. And while I may not be the exact, the absolutely right person to give you the answers that you are needing, I can direct you to the right place, be it a book or another person, or outlet that can help you with just answering your questions, or putting you in the right direction so you can get going and and make whatever you're trying to make happen. So don't be discouraged. There's a lot of information out there, but I'm more of a action kind of person. So my responses won't be a ton of information. They'll be more so routine based and what you can do with your day to day to get you on the right track, depending on what it is you're trying to pursue. So I appreciate you. I'm here to help, and yeah. So thank you again. Thank you again. So grateful. Only 2 weeks and we've gotten over 100 subscribers. And so I know by the end of the year we'll be pushing a couple thousand. And and what more can I ask for? You know, it's not about being an overnight success, um, but uh, I do look forward to making this as big of a channel and platform as possible, so we can help as many people on the street as possible, and youth who don't have as much opportunities based off of their situations at home or their economic status that they were, put into. So, um, if if you're in a city that needs some help, get at me. Let me know. Um, I look to be traveling across the states fairly soon, in about a year or so, to do exactly what I do here in Las Vegas, which is everything I said before, helping people on the street and giving out creative materials to the youth. So if you want somebody to pop up, talk at your institution, your school, your community center, college, whatever it is, I'm open to doing that. And if your city needs some help, you got a homeless problem, or you have a community center or youth center that doesn't have creative materials or can use a little, push, get at me. Anything is possible, and um, I believe very strongly that I can help. So feel free to get at me. Um, and yeah. Um, Not much else going on. I mean, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there raising their kids, showing up. Whether it's part time or full time, it's better than no time. So just know that being a father is the most important job in the world. And while I wasn't raised by my biological father, I did have a man in my life who I call my dad that did raise me. And if I didn't have him, I don't, Lord knows where I would be, and I think that I would most likely be in jail or dead, most likely. So if I didn't have him in my life, I would have thrown my life away at a very, very young age, which, because I was, not, even though I didn't know it as a youth, I was crying out for help by acting up and getting in a lot of trouble. And so, but, luckily for me, I had my dad there, a man there to help me and say, you're going to throw your life away. You got too much potential. You're too smart. Your brothers need you. Your sister needs you. Um, I need your help. And so, my parents were both single parents. They were together for a little bit of time, but they split when I was pretty young. So a lot of responsibility was put on my shoulders, and having to be a third parent of sorts, it became exhausting for me. But I held on because of my dad, who was pretty much telling me, "Hey, you step up. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I know we're asking a lot of you, and but I need you to stay out of trouble, man. You know, ruin your life." And so, just by having someone there to hold me accountable, to keep me away from as much trouble as possible, as difficult as that was for him, I'm sure. Um, I am where I am today. And I saw a lot of my friends who didn't have their fathers go to jail. Some of them died. Um, so I'm just saying all that to say that fathers are extremely important. And the stats show that kids who grow up with just their mothers, and shout out to all the mothers out there, but the statistical likelihood of a child, especially a male youth, going to jail, who whether he's growing up with his mother or has both of his parents, the numbers aren't even comparable. He's far more likely to go to jail or juvenile hall as a youth if he doesn't have a man in the house. And that's not and that, mothers, they're only one person. They have to go to work. Sometimes they have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and they just can't possibly be around all the time to make sure that their son, who is acting out because he misses his father, doesn't know his father, doesn't understand why his dad isn't around, is acting out and hanging out with other kids who come from a similar background and are just as frustrated and unable to be held accountable during their adolescent years when they're prone to act up the most. And so when you have that mother and father in the home, the likelihood of a child getting in serious trouble and, kind of really messing up their lives as a teen is very, very unlikely. And so shout out to all the dads out there raising their kids, working hard, getting their hands dirty, working long hours, having those difficult conversations, loving their wives, loving their children. Fathers really do make the world go round. And so I just want to say thank you to all the men out there who are helping so many of us young men and young boys become into strong men and willing and able to take on the responsibility that comes with coming of age and being a man and someone who is self-sufficient and responsible for themselves and just all around, you good men turn boys into good men. And so thank you and happy Father's Day. If you're going through something difficult as a father, hang in there, man. Hang in there and show up as much as you possibly can, because they need you. Your sons and daughters need you. And no matter what the situation is with the mother, just do your part, be patient, and everything is going to work out in the end. So thank you to all the men out there, the fathers out there. You are very, very important. And, you deserve to hear it. You deserve to be celebrated and honored. And so to my dad, I thank you. I thank you for loving me, for being there for me, for treating me like I was your own son, always, and never making me feel otherwise. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be where I am without you. And so I'm so, so grateful to call you my dad. I thank you for giving me my 2 brothers and my sister. And I just am so grateful. And I got so lucky, man. I got so, so lucky. So I love you and I thank you. And I appreciate you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. Shout out to Gervonta Davis. Incredible fight last night. Incredible fight, incredible performance after over a year-long layoff. Yeah, we all had a feeling that he was going to get to Frank Martin eventually, and you just kind of seen it. You just kind of seeing it happening round after round. And I thought Gervonta took over after around the 3rd or 4th round. So sometimes I listen to the commentators and I'm like, man, what the fuck are they watching? He's pressing the fight, landing the harder shots, and I don't know. He looked really good out there, and so he is probably one of the best in the world. I would love to see him fight in a way from Japan, the incredible boxer from Japan. I think that would just be a great matchup stylistically. Yeah, I think it would be a trip to see that, even though it probably won't happen. And of course, you have all the other matchups that people want to see, Tank versus Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson. And, he could fight all those 3 guys and get out the sport, and I'd be happy with that. There's really nobody else that is around for him to fight that poses any serious threat. And I guess Lomachenko, but Lomachenko's a little old. So, um, but he's an incredible fighter and a legend, of course. But yeah, that eighth round knockout, man, I jumped out of off the seat, and I was just like, oh man, it's over. It's over. So incredible fight. Incredible fight. I ain't showbiz the adult, so I'm not gonna run through it all like I'm a expert analyst or anything like that. And shout out to Showbiz. He's great for the sport of boxing. And yeah, good energy, good dude. I love that he keeps it boxing, doesn't get into people's personal BS. And yeah, overall, just great for the sport, man. Kept it alive, and there's been plenty of times I've been at work. Like most recently, I was listening to the Inouye fight through Showbiz's live channel, just listening to his commentary as it was all happening, and it felt like I was, back in the 40s or something, 50s, 40s and 50s, listening to, uh, like a boxing match on the radio. And so, shout out to Showbiz, man. He's an incredible boxing analyst, I'll say. Yeah, 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 good dude, man, good dude. Shout out to him. And yeah, but all in all, it was a good fight. I wish I would have put some money down on Tank for getting the KO, but it is what it is. I got to just enjoy the fight, which I prefer to do nowadays. I don't like to bet on stuff that I love to watch, so I don't be betting on no UFC um, or boxing or anything like that because I just want to enjoy it. I love the sport, and losing bread while watching something that you love isn't it's the weirdest feeling in the world. So I'm glad I got to just enjoy the fight last night, and yeah, it was incredible, man, incredible. Shout out to Gervonta Davis in the city of Baltimore and the things that him and Coach Calvin are doing over there. Coach Calvin, great inspiration and someone who I admire for what he does in the community, especially cities like Baltimore where they really need strong men and role models and examples of greatness and discipline, and just overall just a good man and a great example as a Muslim. And so shout out to Coach Calvin, Gervonta, everybody in the city of Baltimore. I hope to come and visit there sometime to do some things in the community and help the folks. That's one of the cities I've always wanted to travel to for some reason. I don't know why, but Baltimore always intrigued me, and I've yet to go. So I look forward to going out there and, just sharing the gift, playing some music, helping the community, and just, overall, um, yeah, overall, man, just, seeing what that side of uh, the coast is like. I've been to New York, and it's a beautiful city, and I look forward to going back there as well. But I look forward to just helping these smaller communities as much as I possibly can. So, yeah, but shout out to Tank. Great fight. I look forward to what he does next. Hopefully, it's not a year from now. And I don't think it will be. I'm sure he'll give us another spectacular fight by the end of the year. So, next up for me to watch is Terrence Crawford. I'm looking forward to him. He's fighting a really crafty Russian cat named Madrimov, who is a great amateur. And I think it's going to be a tougher fight than people think it's going to be, just because they haven't heard of him. These guys are slick, and the dude he's fighting is a very slick lefty. So that'll be a great fight to watch as well, and I'm looking forward to that. And that's about it when it comes to sports. I'm not really tripping off that. Yeah, I'm just uh, looking forward to the rest of the year. It's easy to get caught up in the day to day, and while you should have a good routine that makes your day to day, enjoyable, and allows you to get get one step closer to your goals. I'm looking forward to what the rest of the year has to offer. We're making progress with the channel. We're playing on these keys, doing what we're supposed to do, and I'm building a nice repertoire for what will hopefully be a tour around the U.S. next year. And so some original material and really just getting sharpening my skills so I can, just get out there and play for y'all and play, and just do it well because you guys deserve a great performance and to hear some great music. And I'm inspired to just be as great as I can possibly be for you and for the audience, while serving the people who need it the most as well through acts of service. So, yeah, I think I'll end it with that, but I just want to say thank you again. I really, really appreciate you. A lot of times I come here and I don't have anything prepared, and it probably shows. And I'll get it together as we grow and continue to build this platform and this podcast. But for now, all I want to say is I appreciate you. I thank you. Subscribe at your convenience. Humbly asking people to share the channel, to like and comment any questions or concerns or topics that they would like to hear me touch on. And I'll be answering each of you, specifically in the coming videos. So thank you all. I hope you enjoy your Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And yeah, I'll be seeing you soon, man. Life is good. All is well. And peace and blessings to you and yours, man. You take care. Peace.